Today's episode is brought to you by JerkSwag.
For all your fishing supply needs, head to Angler's Alley. Here you'll find decades of experience with seasoned boat captains and expert fishermen. And when it comes to lures and jigs, you'll find the master baiters at Angler's Alley are eager to help you wrangle your rod. Angler's Alley Fishing Supply. Our dynamic trio of sports enthusiasts and longtime friends bring you the latest sports news, heated debates, and offbeat stories from the wide world of sports. Whether you're a diehard fan or just enjoy a good laugh, we've got you covered. Are your balls out?
Suck it, jabroni.
Hey, are you ready? Are you done fucking around with
Hey. Yo.
I do not have peanut butter on my list here.
Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous.
You're listening to the Balls Out Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Ala, Crispy, and Jonas Mount.
Welcome in to the Balls Out Sports Podcast. You heard the man. Allah's in the house to my left. Crispy joining us from Greenville, South Carolina.
What's up, family?
Oh my.
This is Jonas Mel.
What up, family?
That's not what he gave us this time.
It was really quick.
It was quick.
In my ears, it said, "Fep."
What up, fam? This is family. Crispy is joining us from Greenville, South Carolina. I am Jonas Mount. Yes, it is episode number 5. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube,
10. My bad. That's 10.
Crispy is right here. For those of you who are not, as I mentioned before, he's in Greenville. You can hear him. We thank you so much for joining us. Couple shout-outs real quick. I want to thank the good folks at JerkSwag. Check them out, JerkSwag.com. Some very interesting shirts, T-shirts, hats, things of that nature. Check them out.
Pay me.
We do enjoy them. And, of course, a big shout-out to the Golf House as well, which is where we are recording said podcast, or at least most of us are. We appreciate Bob and the Golf House crew for having us here. We do appreciate that very much. And I want to give a shout-out to the folks on the other side of the camera. We do have everyone in tow today. We've got Cal, we've got Coco, we got Zach, and we've got Christian.
And Cal has on pants today.
Cal does have on pants today.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yep. Well, it's still
we're
early.
missing-
No, you better not.
You
don't take those off.
Please don't take them off.
That's
I'll
nasty.
say it's early.
Nastiness.
And if he takes them off this early, oof, I don't know what we're going to do.
Heyo.
Bing bong.
It's a party over here.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. All right, so we got a lot to get to tonight. A lot happened in the NFL over the weekend. A lot is happening in the wide world of sports right now. Anyway, we have the NBA preseason, which is kicking off. NHL is back. We've actually got regular season games taking place. We've already got one, which has finished. We've got a second one that is going on now. We've got a third one that will be going on later on that will include the Seattle Kraken, who had a surprisingly good year last year. So interested to see what they do again this year. Sophomore season for the Kraken, so it's going to be what?
What's the name of the team?
See, don't act like you haven't heard it before.
I don't know the name of the team. I don't watch hockey.
It doesn't matter if you watch hockey. You've heard the name.
All I hear is, oh, into the boards. That's all I hear. I don't know nothing about hockey.
Well, you need to get up on hockey.
Stick save and a beauty.
Stick save. Out of beauty.
That's all I know. I don't know.
It's
Glove save on the glove side.
That's the kick save out of beauty. That's obviously some old school Sports Center, man.
I've been around for a little bit.
When Sports Center was worth watching.
Sports Center.
Stewart.
Yeah. Who I can't remember who was responsible for actually saying that. That was one of the other guys. It wasn't Eisen, wasn't Patrick, who was that?
Probably SVP. Don't SVP love hockey?
Yeah, he does.
And golf?
It wasn't him.
Yeah, he was more the golf guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember
save.
who it was. I can
And
picture him, but
Beauty.
I can't remember who it was though.
I
But
don't know.
good stuff.
Was
So,
it Buchagroff?
was it Butcher?
Damn,
Buchagross?
Buchagross.
Buchagross? Might have been Butch.
Gross? Yeah.
Might have been.
He does regular.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, but it was good stuff, and we do thank you for that because I hadn't heard that in a while.
You're welcome.
Stick safe.
That's what I'm here for.
That's
what I'm here for.
You are indeed. You are indeed. So the NHL is back again. 3 games kicking us off today. We'll talk NBA preseason in just a moment. Other news out of the NHL world, an unfortunate situation. One of the, I mean, if you think about it, Barry Melrose of ESPN, who has covered hockey for them for, I don't know, what, 30 years, I think, or close to it, 25, 26, maybe even 30 years, covering hockey for ESPN. He was a player. He was also a coach. He coached the Wayne Gretzky-led Los Angeles Kings, taking them to the Stanley Cup Finals for in the first of his 3 seasons that he coached them there. Stepped away from the network for a little bit, a short stint, and was coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, actually, for like 16 games.
What?
Yeah, it was a very short stint for that. Overall, his record was 84, 108, and 29. The unfortunate news coming out of out of the hockey world with Barry Melrose is that he is in fact been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he has decided at the age of 67, as a result, to retire and spend some time with his family at this point.
That sucks.
So, yeah, not very good news, but he's obviously got a lot of love from a lot of people, and obviously with ESPN. As a hockey analyst for a lot of years, he was known for his quick wit. He was known for just being the guy that everybody loved to be around. He obviously knows hockey as well as anybody else on the planet, and you can't go wrong with the suits, man. Like the stuff that Barry Melrose would wear was absolutely phenomenal. Great dresser. And what's up?
In memory of hoping him the best. I mean, Barry Melrose has got to be. Maybe an honorable mention, maybe for tonight's top 5? Question mark.
God.
Ooh.
I told you I'm not doing lists with y'all anymore.
Why not?
Because that list last week was bad. Not on my end.
Oh, I see. Well, it doesn't mean that we can't do
Well,
lists. You may not like his list.
Zach's
Doesn't mean
in charge of the buttons, so maybe we'll just mute a certain microphone and leave the other ones hot.
You know what? Do it. Do it live.
We
Zach,
just might
Zach,
do
he's
it.
threatening you. He's challenging you.
Well, first
He said
of
you
all,
won't do it.
oh, whoa! I can't hear myself. You think you're slick? That's because you fell last week. Not my fault. Your ass cheek is still bruised. I'm sorry. No, don't do it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's like, wait a minute. He does have control
Yeah,
of my
I
mic.
couldn't hear myself for
probably
a
shouldn't
second.
do that.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
Probably shouldn't do
No,
that.
I don't like it.
So we do want to wish the best to Barry Melrose, certainly, and thanking him for his contribution, obviously, to ESPN and the hockey world. So, all the best to him. So we're going to jump into a couple of other stories really quickly. These next 2, one in particular is definitely in Allah's wheelhouse. We'll talk about that momentarily. But something I think we all enjoy. We're looking forward to the season getting started again, despite the fact that, we are a few weeks into the NFL season. We are in postseason in baseball, but the NBA started their preseason. There are a couple of games that are going on right now. I'm excited about the NBA coming back. I read an article, interestingly enough, earlier today that came out of where else?
Bleacher
What
Report.
article we talking about?
Thank you very much, Zach. Thanks for catching on. Appreciate that. I read an article out of Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
There you go.
That's how Zach sounds.
Oh, that's nice. But you know what? He's still got control of your mic, so let's be careful. The NBA preseason's underway. The article was interesting because they were talking about, power rankings, so to speak. They really didn't give a 1 through as far as the power rankings are concerned, but they were talking about how when they ranked some of the teams, one of the question marks was, is Boston the best team in the East?
That's a lie.
And I thought, why would you say that? I mean, we had a conversation about the Boston Celtics not too long ago, and they've obviously gotten rid of several pieces, I think, that make them a better team. They brought in Drew Holiday. He's 33 years old. I don't know how this team can be that good in the East. I don't even know how that conversation comes into play, considering what transpired with Dame going to the Bucks. I don't know how you can. I know we talked about the fact that the Bucks bench may not necessarily be that deep right now, but I still don't understand how anybody could have Boston ahead of Milwaukee going into the season. If your preseason rankings of the East and the West, I don't know how you put Boston ahead of anybody.
It's the market. So whenever the Celtics or the Lakers are appearing to be any kind of good at all, they automatically go to the top of the list somehow, some way. Because if they don't put them that high, then what?
Fair. It sounds to me then really this is about creating conversation.
Of
which
course.
is essentially what it's doing, and it sounds an awful lot like what we get when it comes to the preseason in college football, where we have preseason college football rankings, which I in particular am not particularly I'm not particularly fond of. When I think about college preseason rankings, I'm like, you have so much movement that took place. I understand maybe giving the top couple of teams their due because putting a team in the top 3 because of what they did last season, but there's so much movement and so many players leave college football for the pros. Unless you're one of the top 2 or 3 schools, it's hard to preseason rank college teams, but they do this anyway. When in reality, you really shouldn't be ranking college football until about 4 weeks into the season. Let's get 4 or 5 weeks out of the way and then start your rankings. But for the sake of conversation, and Crispy, I'll let you go here. For the sake of conversation, it sounds an awful lot like that. It's let's throw some things out there and just get people's attention.
It's only week 5.
Yeah, true.
By the way, I just want to let y'all know that.
We're talking about NBA or college?
NBA.
I
was just making comparison there.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like just like we're talking about, Boston is, Boston could be the best team in the East. Well, it's just getting people hyped and getting people talking about it.
Yeah. I'm really in football mode right now. I haven't really started my basketball stuff quite yet. So super excited to see those rankings and seeing why. Just going off a little bit of my memory that I have left, which really isn't much, as you guys will learn. How many Eastern Conference games have the Boston Celtics been in, and title or finals have they been in the last 4 or 5 years?
Zach, you gotta look that up.
More than the Bucks?
No.
Bucks
They have
have
made
been
the
to one
conference finals. The Celtics a couple years ago, right? But that was it. That's all I remember.
They've been to the one final here recently in the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
Bucks?
that was the final. They made the finals.
Yeah,
right?
like what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
2 years ago, something
2.
like that. Then they lost.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just curious if they're throwing Boston up there because they've been more of the Eastern Conference finals, in the finals.
That's it.
Giving them benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're giving them a bone there.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you necessarily get ranked 1 in your conference above when you lost to an 8 seed or a lower seed last year, and the time you did go to the finals, you still
Which was
lost.
Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee
And
lost to a 8 seed this past year.
The Celtics lost to a lower seed too.
The Miami Heat, because we took care of both of them.
Exactly. So at the end
So
of
why
the
aren't
day,
the Heat at 1, right?
No, never said that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean,
First
while we're
of
at
all,
it,
Hey,
we might
let's
as well put
look
Knicks
at
on
this.
one.
Like, Dame hasn't even played a game with them. It's going to take some gelling to get there. I know they got the unicorn now in Boston. They're going to have to gel together with Drew at the point, but they still have those 2 key pieces in Tatum and Brown, which are 2 dynamic players.
But they can't play 40-plus minutes a game.
Hey, Boston
think
was
you're
known
getting
to
out
play
of
a
the
lot
fight.
of minutes last year. They played a lot of minutes last year, so they have proven that they can play a lot of minutes.
Yeah, with no bench.
Well, we've also argued that very same thing with the Bucks, though. That it's looking like there's a very good possibility that the Bucks starters are going to have to play a lot of
Absolutely.
minutes. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
They'll sit a lot of games anyways. So that's how they're going to rest. They're not going to play the full, 82 games. They won't play all 82 games, of course, even though
Right.
they've been talking about trying to get them to play when they do travel so that fans can get to see those primetime players. But, they're going to play maybe 50 games, 60 games kind of thing. They'll be rested enough for the
50,
playoffs.
60 games, though. You can't, because you're not going to be able to make a higher seed if you only play 50, 60 games. Because
How do
then
you
what?
mean?
If you only play 50 or 60 games with let's say, Brown and Tatum, barring any injury,
right,
they only play 50 or 60 games because they're giving them rest on back-to-backs or whatever's going on.
Well, let's
You don't
be
win
honest.
40
Even
plus
some of
of
these,
that.
Say again.
I was just saying, we're gonna have Boston and the Bucks. They're gonna play some bad teams, right? They're gonna be able to beat teams like the Knicks and the
Whoa,
Wizards and teams like that with minimal players. So it's definitely going to be doable.
Yeah. As he just bypassed my entire attire today. Look, you see this outfit I put on?
Well, I mean, the fact that you're wearing that is probably why he brought it up.
Wrong.
I mean,
well, the other thing too, he's got to move on from the Jets because we already see what the Jets. So Allah always lives.
Did the Jets win? Did the Jets win this week?
Other ones.
Did Jets win this week?
They did.
You know what?
That's all I wanted to let y'all know. Dak Williams.
There we go.
Dak Williams, baby.
You pulled one out.
Well,
let me tell you.
Hey, pulled it out.
That big ball. That was a lot closer than it should have been. We won't get into that right now.
No, not right now.
But it was
a win's a win.
A win
right?
is a win is a win.
We're gonna see the final says win-loss, not by how many.
It's only week 5, guys.
It's only week 5.
Only week 5.
Well, technically we're in week 6 now. So.
Well, I mean, we only played 5 games.
We only played 5 games.
Only played 5 games.
Fair. What are you most looking forward to as far as the with the NBA preseason here? We've seen a few games. By the way, the Mavericks lost to Real Madrid. Just want to throw that out there. Not really sure why that happened.
What?
They did. Yeah, you got some of the preseason games where you've got teams playing international teams.
I thought Real Madrid was a soccer team.
And they also have a very, very good basketball team.
I don't care. Sorry.
Well, you asked the question.
No, I
so
thought they were only soccer.
No,
I never knew they was a basketball team.
Are you being serious?
I swear.
Real Madrid and Barcelona's basketball teams are very good.
I never knew that.
I'm
pretty certain that Real Madrid's where Luka played before he came over.
Still don't care. Because until you get to the NBA, I don't care about your overseas games. Like, I don't even know the teams or the names or the FIBA. Is it FIBA?
Maybe you should broaden your horizons a little bit.
Yeah, no,
yes, that's the answer.
I don't care. I don't care about none of them.
Okay.
Nope.
No history.
FIFA?
Don't want to know where they
Stephon
came from
Marbury
originally.
went to the Chinese Basketball Association.
That's
and became
true.
a Hall of Famer.
That's true.
Steph from Brooklyn, baby.
That's why we know about where Steph went, because we're paying attention to only Brooklyn players. Got it.
Come on now.
Crispy, what are your expectations for the season at this point right now? Like, based on what we know, what we've seen with some of the moves. I've got high expectations for a lot of these teams. I'm being honest with you. Like, there are some teams that nobody's really talking about yet that I think are going to make some serious moves in this offseason. I don't know. I have high expectations for some of these teams. I'm actually excited for the NBA season for the first time in a while. I like some of the moves that we've seen. I love Dame to the Bucks, but I am very curious to see what happens. Like, I don't think that chemistry between the two of them is going to take very long. Those are professionals. They've been in the league long enough. If you're talking about getting chemistry, getting it down, you're talking about a handful of games tops for me. Like, these guys know what to do. They know how to play the game.
I think it's on Dame specifically.
Yeah.
Because Dame's going to have the ball in his hands more, right? Point guard.
Yep.
So he's going to handle the ball a little bit more. I think it could gel because then Greek Freak plays more pick and roll, right? Doesn't have to get the ball to force anything. Well, he late in the shot clock tries to make a move and he doesn't have any handles, right? He's just really athletic. He doesn't shoot very well. He gets to the line a lot. So in a pick and pop situation, a pick and roll, a pick off the ball, kind of cut to the basket. If Dame's not shooting it from 30 feet away, which he has that range.
He sure does.
Just drop it right into Greek feet. Let him back him down, do whatever he needs. He needs to get some post game. If he gets some post game, it's going to be even worse because his pick and roll into the post, like, that's going to be crucial. Brook is probably going to spot up. You get another shooter on the other wing. Like, I mean, I think Milwaukee can be deadly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it depends on how they gel.
Yeah. Crispy, what are your thoughts on this season coming up, and what are your thoughts on the Bucks at this point?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this offense gets put together with Dame and, man, I wish I could say his name. But it's going to be because they got a big in Lopez that they're still going to want to make, pull him out, try to pull the bigs out, give the middle some time. It's going to be interesting.
All right. Cool. Well, the NBA preseason is upon us. There are a lot of games that are going on right now, games that are still in play. So we'll obviously keep an eye on what's going on in the NBA moving forward. But we are going to change. Go ahead.
Knicks beat the Celtics, by the way. Just want to let y'all know that.
The Celtics.
That's why I wore this attire for y'all
in preseason.
Yeah, I don't like Boston, so
okay.
I let it be known I don't like Boston. None of them. Not the Patriots, not the Red Sox, not the Celtics, not Boston, not New England, not Connecticut, not none of it. I don't like nothing up there. New York versus them, okay?
Okay.
So, the Celtics.
All right.
Just want to let y'all know
Fantastic.
that. I censored myself.
As Knicks fans,
well
it doesn't take a lot to get us excited.
Nope.
That's very true.
Yep.
That's very true.
That's first of all, that's hate. You gotta stop it.
What did I say? I said it was true. I was
agreeing
agreeing with him.
Yeah, don't agree.
Why not?
Let us
They're always
grovel
excited
in
at the
our
beginning of the
misery.
season.
Guess right. They're pushing. They're coming like they're right there.
Hey, we just let our play do the talking.
You know what? Van Gundy, come on back and grab that leg again. All right? I can't wait.
Heat.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's why I don't like the
Against the
Heat.
Heat.
That's why I don't like the
Since he
Heat.
grabbed
All
those
right?
legs.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic.
I'm emo.
You know, but I do agree when it comes to the Knicks, the fans, man, let me tell you, like hype for the season, start the year, things start going downhill, and let's burn it down. Let's just burn it down.
Hold up. Just saw that the Undertaker returned to wrestling. But he's not wrestling, but he is on literally.
Okay.
I'll watch that when I get home tonight.
Fantastic.
He's picking up all the Knicks fans and the God.
Oh, my
and
gosh. Whoa. That's disrespectful. Did you hear that?
Yes, I
The
did.
Oh,
God.
now it's disrespectful
Yeah.
because I call him the
No, I don't like the way
God?
you said, nope. You sound like you're from Boston, one. We don't like it.
Gaddy.
That's even worse.
You're welcome.
Yaddy. Next topic. Come on, let's go.
Sorry.
Well, that was a great segue.
Just here so I don't
I'm
get fined.
going to let you do this because
What are we talking about?
WWE.
I love wrestling.
I'm aware of that
You
fact.
see, I just got an alert.
I know, and that's the next thing on my my list here.
Well, if you check the BallzOutsports page, guys. Oh, somebody used to.
Sorry.
Okay.
Dozed off there for a moment. Sorry.
That's fine because I looked at all the women's in the WWE. They had a pay-per-view, which they call a PLE now. It's a premium live event.
Okay.
They don't do pay-per-views because you don't buy it anymore. It's on streaming platforms.
Right.
On Peacock. Pay us, Peacock. Yeah, it was on Saturday, so I didn't get the chance to watch it. I watched it Sunday because I didn't watch that Sunday night game because it was bad. Who played Sunday night?
Was it the Jets and
Nope, wrong. We played at
wait.
4.
that was the other week? Sorry.
Was that the Cowboys
that was the
Niners game?
Cowboys-Niners game, yeah.
Exactly. So nobody wanted to see that massacre happen. Cowboys suck.
Although a lot of people did. We'll get into that. In a
No,
little bit.
a lot of people watched it, but
I
it
enjoyed
wasn't
watching the
very good.
Cowboys get beat pretty bad.
That's
Absolutely,
because you're a Giants
100%.
fan. And how
More,
much?
but
did
it's
you
all
guys
right
lose by?
because they took the L now, so it's good. We're chilling.
Well, like we said, a win's a win and an L's an L. It doesn't matter
I
by
agree.
how much.
No, I agree.
Doesn't matter by how much.
I agree. Tyrod Taylor, baby.
Tyrod Taylor. TT.
Yo, they're so mad that they gave Daniel Jones all that money. I've been seeing all the reports. Why did we give him $150 million? They sound like Dusty Rhodes when they talk.
Apparently.
Why did we give him $100?
I don't know what you're on right
Dusty
now.
Rhodes.
Why Evan Neal talking
He
about
was a
flipping
wrestler.
burgers? Well, he should know that. If you don't know,
Dusty Rhodes.
I'm gonna have to put a list together for top wrestlers that y'all need to go watch some promos from.
Okay.
Dusty Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, baby. All
Dusty
the promos.
Rhodes. I thought
Cody.
that was a song by like Jason Aldean or something.
Next topic.
It does sound like a country song. Dusty Rhodes.
You know who Dusty Rhodes is. Don't do
Of course
that.
I know who Dusty Rhodes is.
All right,
I
thank
just
you.
said it sounded like a country song.
So just back me up when we talk about wrestling, okay?
Okay, sure, I'll back you up.
WWE, baby.
What about wrestling?
How do you spell that, by the way?
Or
Wrestling?
Yeah.
WRASSLIN.
A-S.
He put a W-R-U. What?
L-I-N-G.
Oh my god.
I just do this so I can get him to spell things,
Please
and
don't.
it's just entertaining.
Don't do that.
I just do it.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah, my
I know.
Siri autocorrect don't even work no more. I done maxed out my autocorrect.
Siri's like, I cannot help you anymore.
Yeah. Should I even have suggestions anymore? It just
Siri,
leaves
can you
it.
help me spell something? Nope.
No.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
I'm not even messing with you right now.
Not going to disrespect wrestling, okay? It's still real to me, damn it.
All right.
The only thing real about wrestling is it's not real.
Oh, wow. Here comes that disrespect.
There's a thing called the IWC, right?
All right. What is
It's
that?
the Internet Wrestling Committee.
Internet Wrestling Committee?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a thing.
All right.
Google it.
All right.
Y'all, this guy right here just said it's not real.
Yeah.
All right.
Go to
That's
IWC.
all I got to say.
Are you saying the IWC is going to be out for
That's
him?
all I got to say. You know how like Beyonce has a hive, right? The beehive, they go for her. Nicki Minaj has those barbs, right? Swift got the Swifties. I'm tired of Taylor Swift too, by the way.
You brought it up.
Well, I got to let y'all know that because I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift.
Well, you told us that last week.
I'm going to keep letting y'all know that because now they're talking about
I was trying to tell y'all the first week we went to talk about it.
But they said that she's going to be – they're trying to get her to do the Super Bowl halftime with Usher.
Oh, that would be
And
good.
then they're trying to do something else with her. Now they're going to promo her tour on games, so they're going to cut to commercial right after seeing Taylor Swift. I'm tired of Taylor Swift.
Well, stop talking about it.
Hate her.
Man.
Sorry.
Anger.
Maybe if we keep saying Swift, we'll get more views. See, you got a ulterior.
It's in the algorithm already.
Yeah, there it is.
Swifty, get out of here. They coming for him. No, they definitely coming for him.
All right.
Just keep going.
I got my IBC root beer.
Yeah, what?
There you go.
He just said IBC for real?
Yeah, IBC. Yeah, IBC.
The WBF, the WBA, the WBC, all the boxing people. The IBC, what's that?
It's a root beer.
The Insane Brewing Company. What is IBC?
It's a root beer.
International Base Caca.
You're off the rails. It's official because you've done too many rails.
I have no. Check the intro.
All right, so IWC, what do we have to be concerned ourselves with? Like what
they're gonna attack him, and I'm
Why?
gonna sick all of them on him too.
So this is an organization that essentially says, okay, we're going to explain to you why wrestling is real, why it's everything else.
Yes.
We defend wrestling is essentially what
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
you have to have a group that has to defend wrestling.
Oh man, see, you better stop. I'm
I've
telling
seen
you,
all
I'm
the
giving.
documentaries.
Stop
They
beforehand.
tell us it's
Just
fake.
don't keep going. Just stop.
Are you trying to protect his
I'm
interest?
trying to.
He's trying to help you, man.
I'm just trying to let y'all know.
Crispy's trying to help you, man.
Yep, I'm trying to help you.
But while you're ahead.
Should.
All right, you guys can't see me, but I'm zipping my lips.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
You can't see me?
There was one little blip in here that I wanted to mention, but I don't think it's worth it.
Nope.
No?
What is it?
I need a haircut.
You do need a haircut.
I need a haircut badly.
My hair look nice.
Your hair does it. See, now this is why I wanted to bring this up. Thank you for doing that, because it creates it's validation that I can now talk about this, because that looks terrible, right? That looks absolutely atrocious.
You look good.
Oh yeah, okay.
You make it look good.
It is so bad right now, and you just got your hair done recently.
Every day, baby.
When you have the person, you have that right person that cuts your hair for you. Like, you can't not go back to that person.
I know what you meant
right?
by that. The person. Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
The person.
Yes, yeah.
And my person had recently dealt with some personal issues.
I hate that.
No, but this
I
is
hate
legit.
that for them. But
Right.
I don't like it for me.
This particular issue was an actual injury that he suffered that kept him from being able to feel his hands properly, which means he can't cut.
That sucks.
And there was concern that he wouldn't be able to cut again. So for the last couple of weeks, he's been going and getting tests. He's been going to find it. Dude, I was getting. Let me tell you something, man. I've known this guy for like 5 years, so we're good. We're tight. He's a good dude. I love him to death. He's a Marine. Like, the guy is unbelievable at what he does. I mean, you've seen my cuts. The cuts are good. The beard is fresh. Like, all of it looks good. And I was like, hey, man, I love you to death. I hope everything works out for you. But, bro, you got to get back to cutting hair. You got to figure something out, man. You got to be the $6 million man. I don't know what you got to do, but you've got to cut my hair again. So I let him be for a little bit. I was like, man, I'm struggling. I'm not getting my hair cut by anybody else. I'm not going to go get hack job from somebody, right? Just got a text from him a couple of days ago. Hey, man, all is good. I'm like,
you selfish.
I am so happy.
But I agree.
Well, I mean,
you should be selfish.
But I mean, look,
I know what you mean. Trust me.
And he knows it too. He even told me, he's like, man, I'm so sorry all this has gone down. I said, you know, because the first couple of texts I sent him, I said, hey, Jake, I just want to make sure that you're good, bro. Like, I didn't say anything about a cut. Like, I was just like, because like I said, I love this dude to death. He is an amazing individual, and I'm like, I hope you're okay, because he was literally the last time I got cut telling me, he's like, I may not be able to cut hair anymore.
And you was like,
and that's his livelihood.
And in the back of your mind, you were going selfishly,
I gotta find another barber.
Well, of course I was.
No, he was like, he better be able to use the motherfucking hands again. I need him to go and line this beard up a little bit, right? We all done it.
I know. I was thinking, am I going to have to go on YouTube and figure out how to trim my own beard? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Not at this point in my life.
I'll pay for it.
Right.
Ooh. Anybody want to do it for free? Let me know.
I will cut your hair. Let me cut your hair.
No. I don't have hair
Just
to
a little
cut.
trim.
No. I have a
You don't
line
have
up
hair?
to get, right? Line up.
Yeah.
Get camera.
Oh,
I paid for it.
I got a steady. I got a steady hand.
No.
I can line you up.
No. IWC. Attack. him.
That guy right there.
Attack him.
If he, you know what? I would be okay with that too if he starts talking about cutting other people's hair. Stop
Attack
it right
him, not me.
So I'm getting
good money in it for sure.
I'm getting my haircut on Saturday.
About damn time.
I'm telling you that. Look at this mop.
Hold on. What LeBron said? About time.
It's about time.
His lips was all chapped.
Beard is all jacked up. Hair is a mess. This is just ridiculous. I apologize. I want to apologize to all of you for being on camera with this. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah.
You finally bought in. You pointed to the camera.
I pointed to the. I am sorry.
Hey, he's breaking the fifth wall, guys.
I want to apologize.
He's pointing to the cameras
I
now.
want to apologize for all this nastiness.
He is nasty.
Ridiculous.
That's why his name's Nasty, guys.
That's fair. That's actually a good point. I'll never tell you that story. Ever tell you that story. Okay. There's not enough money for me to tell you that story.
I can be bought though.
Damn it.
How much?
Crispy, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I don't know.
What's your number?
Is it
he knows the story.
IWC or IBC?
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
I myself am getting my wig split on Friday.
Whoa. Who's
not
busting
been
his
that
head
long.
open? A wig split means something completely different. I don't know if you know that. In the hood, that means you getting your head bust.
I'm getting a haircut.
That's not a wig. That's not a wig split.
Well, maybe in New York it refers to that. Down here in the South, it's a little different.
It is different down here.
A wig split?
Yeah.
Can someone please vouch for this?
I got to side with Allah on this one.
Yeah, but you can't look at the other New Yorkers.
No, I didn't. I was looking around because obviously we got the hobo over here
You're
sleep.
side with Allah because you're from New York.
Oh,
but
God.
Crispy just said down here it means something different.
I would talk to the fellow hobo over there, but he sleep. This one over here is I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
With the cop stash.
Have you heard the term
Orlando just got to sit this one out
when it comes to cutting your hair?
Thank you.
Heard that term? Okay.
He was shaking his head no, by the way, for those that can't see.
Thank you, guys.
I just
Yo,
said
hobo.
It. I said
you woke?
You've never heard of it. I said it.
Whoa. Are you attacking him?
Maybe.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
No.
Yes, I can.
That's a hate crime.
I don't care.
Can't attack him.
Doesn't matter.
And he busted his ass last week. He's still a little sore.
We had a speedy recovery. We're back this week. We're all
but
good.
you know that's why he's always a target, because we can just do that. He busts his ass, so it's open season, man. It's open season.
I watched that back and I was crying again.
Yeah, you should have been. All right, so we're gonna move on from wrestling because that just went off. All right, and then my haircut and everything else again. I apologize.
But see, if you get your hair cut properly, then you could be on wrestling. Okay.
Wrestling.
Yeah, you can't go. You
I
can't
might
go
get
like
my
that.
wig split if I'm on
Oh
wrestling.
my gosh!
He's gonna refer to it as wig splitting from now on. You know that, right?
I'm not.
It's just happened.
I will not do this.
This just happened. All right, so we are switching gears now.
Thank you.
I absolutely. You're not necessarily going to enjoy this.
Damn it.
This changing of gears.
What is it?
We're talking baseball.
I'm sitting this one out.
We are talking Base
Says the Mets fan.
ball.
Classic.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's true. You're sitting it out because you are a Mets fan. You don't want to talk about it because you're a Mets fan. You
I
don't
need to know
like
if Ole at least has a good wrestling person that he gets
That's
to
it.
pull for.
Just here so I don't get fined.
he doesn't even have his headphones on right
Nope.
now. Legitimately
I'm
does not
glad.
have his headphones on right now. Actually, I'm kind of glad too. So that's fine. Don't even worry about it. So we'll
Do
talk
I
about
need to
the
change
wild
my
ending-
hat?
Huh?
Should I change my hat and put my Braves hat on?
Sure. Put your Braves hat on. I would love that.
I'm
I'm
repping
good
the
and
SC
walk out,
today.
that's what I'm gonna do.
We're gonna leave it at SC.
All right. That's fine. All right. So are you literally not watching any baseball? Are you watching?
You talking to
any
me?
baseball?
I can't hear you.
I'm looking right at you, and you can hear me.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me just fine because you're only sitting 5 feet from me, dum-dum.
You dumb me like gum gum. What you said? I'm listening now. I'm
Are
back.
you watching any baseball at all?
No.
So if your team's not in it, you don't watch any.
No, I typically wait till like the championship series
Okay.
because this is really boring.
Wild ending to game 2
Of
of the NLDS between the Braves
yeah, don't care.
and the Phillies.
And who?
The Phillies.
Don't care. Sorry.
Deals a 2-2. Castellanos in the air to right center field. Harris is on the run. Harris at the track. He leaps and he makes the catch. Harper might be doubled up. The throw gets away. The throw at first. It's over.
Give me a break.
What a finish to game 2 of the NLDS between the Braves and the Phillies. Of course, the Braves in game 1 shut out 3-0, cold bats, not great pitching. Game 2 comes around. Max Fried's pitching for the Braves. He starts off, gives up a ton of hits, not pitching well. He's dealing with a blister on his hand, on his pitching hand, and they get rocked again. They're down 4-0. I don't think there's a single hit up until Crispy, 5 or 6 innings they were hitless. And then eventually, boom, the bats come alive. They hit a couple of home runs with men on. They go up 5-4, go to the top of the 9th. Iglesias is closing for the Braves.
He sucks.
They get Harper walks, strikes someone out, and then Castellano up to bat. And I mean, what an absolute finish. Obviously, out in the catch in the outfield. Harper's going. It's a bat. Look, the ball was hit well. And when he hit it, I thought, oh, yeah, this thing is gone. This game is like, we're hosed right now. The Braves got to try to win this thing in the bottom of the 9th because they're going to go up 6-5 at this point right here. Michael Harris makes an amazing catch at the wall and doubles up Bryce Harper. And Harper was on his horse. Like, as soon as that ball was hit, he was gone. I haven't seen the vantage point of exactly where he was right when the ball was caught, but I got to figure with Harper's speed, he's got to have been almost at third base by the time the ball was caught.
For sure.
And he has to get on his horse and go all the way back.
He's fast.
Yeah, Harper is wicked fast. So Harris throws the ball in, but then misses the cutoff man. Like, instead of throwing it to first, he throws it to second. The second baseman misses the ball. And I
think he was trying to catch him at second.
Yeah, I think so too. But the second baseman missed it, and I think was that Riley that comes in and grabs the ball. I think it was Austin Riley that comes in, grabs the ball, throws it to Olsen at first base, and just catches Harper like by a step to end the game. So I mean, it's just an absolutely amazing
catch by Harris was sick.
Yeah,
it was a regular catch. Nothing looked different. It was a hit. He caught it and threw the ball. That was it.
Okay.
I know you did your little TikTok afterwards.
I don't know what you're talking about.
BallzOut Sports, right? On Instagram.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, watch this. That's how you look in your video before you disappeared.
You're just jealous. Right? He's just jealous. He's jealous. You know he is. You know he is.
Yeah, if it was the Mets, I would have been out there. Indy Chavez, baby.
Uh-huh.
You remember the Indy catch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was better than that one, by the way.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Anyway.
Absolutely was a better
jealous
catch.
of all that.
Hey, clip this up. Clip it up. And then put the Indy Chavez catch next to the Michael Harris catch.
Here come the typical New York fans.
But it was better. Come on now.
Not in the
listen,
playoffs.
all right. So I got to have something to talk about. Let me talk about it.
You're both over here pretending like you're asleep. Saw you, Cal. Caught you.
No, I
doing
was.
it,
I was
too. You're
woke.
both
I'm not
over here
Cal.
Like, oh, I don't want to listen.
I'm not
to
Cal.
This.
I'm
I
not
don't wanna
sleep.
Listen to this.
I don't have a sleeping bag.
That's fine.
I'm woke.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Cal still have his pants on?
No, he might have taken them off.
But he's in a sleeping bag, so we don't really know what's going on underneath there.
Nasty. It's a nasty guy.
Nasty Nas. So anyway, series tied up 1-1. You know, I did hear one thing though. They were talking about because the divisional series is only best of 5 games. There have been grumblings the last couple of seasons. We talked about this too. There've been grumblings about
Trying to go 7
with that. Because remember, hockey did it as well, where it was only best of 5
The NBA
in the
did
first.
it.
The NBA did it, and then when you start seeing the higher seeds losing in 5-game series, years ago,
They don't want to do that.
They don't want the higher seeds getting knocked out that soon, and I would be shocked if we don't see.
But that's too
the divisional
much.
series go. Well, I mean, it's already
in
long
all
enough as it
sports,
is.
right? They just stretching the
know.
postseason out more, and I get it for dollars and ratings and revenue and all of that stuff. But go back to I remember NBA was 3-3-5, or 3-3-5-7. That's what it used to be. Remember the first round used to be 3 games.
Best of 3 in the
It
first
used
round?
to be the first round used to be 3 games. When I was younger, it was 3 games.
I don't
It
think
was
so.
the best 2 of 3. Google it. You don't remember that. I mean, you're old. Might forgot.
That's possible. Best of 3.
Google it.
I
I don't like this wild card in baseball being a 2 out of 3 either. I don't like that because that's whack.
Remember when the infamous 5-game series between the Nuggets and I think it was Seattle,
They knock off.
and Mutombo was on the ground holding
Holding
the
the
ball.
basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, that was best of 5 in that series.
I thought that was a 3.
No, that was best of 5.
Well, it still sucks. I'm tired of 7-7-7-7. That's too much.
But they just so you want to go back to best of 5 in the first round?
Mine as well. Because you typically have a higher seed against a lower seed, right?
Right, yeah.
If the lower seed does pull it off, i.e. the Nuggets, they're going to knock them off. You stretch that series out, they should lose in 7.
Who would?
Take 20 games
lower
off the
seed.
regular season. Let's get into the playoffs.
Right? A lower
See the playoffs
seed
where
has
they are.
no shot if you go 7 games. They shouldn't.
Right.
That's right. We
Shouldn't.
took care of the Bucks in
There you
6,
go.
so we
There
didn't
you
have to
go.
go 7.
Right.
It might have been 5 actually.
Talking about New York all the time.
Hey, I have
Hey,
to.
this is pertinent to the conversation.
I also have to put up with this a lot more than you do too. So I
I'm
don't want to hear
glad.
it from you.
But no.
I got to put it up with it from him independently, talking about the Heat. Then I got to put up with you independently talking about New York.
I don't talk about New York.
Yeah, all the time.
How am I talking about New York?
That's
What am I
all
talking
you
about? I ain't
talk
say
about.
nothing about New York today. I just wore blue and orange, okay? I just like the color
said.
scheme.
Enough said.
My shirt doesn't say Knicks. It does, actually. My shoes don't say Knicks. Oh,
Might as well.
They might actually.
Might as well.
Yeah, I wore them.
Orange, white, and blue.
Yep.
Ugly ass colors.
Hater.
All right, so let's move on because apparently we don't want to talk about baseball anymore.
No,
Because
not about the Braves.
Because the Mets aren't in it, which is fine.
That's true.
Nobody cares actually if the Mets are in it or not.
We don't care either because they suck this year.
That's fair.
God
That's fair.
Damn, they suck.
I do want to talk a little bit about the NFL. And, Justin Jefferson, wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, is on the IR for at least 4 weeks. And, the Minnesota Vikings weren't playing particularly well anyway. And, they squeaked past the Carolina Panthers, and they played a relatively close game against Kansas City. But I think that's more a byproduct of Kansas City not quite being the team that we're accustomed to seeing. We still haven't seemingly gotten it together offensively. Defense isn't playing terribly. But now you've got Jefferson on the IR, and for all intents and purposes, this is a lost season now for Minnesota. I don't know how. I know Addison is a good wide receiver. Madison, the running back, it finally got going a little bit last week. Not much in the way of like a ton of rushing yards, but a combination of both rushing, receiving, had a receiving touchdown in that game. So for all intents and purposes, this is a lost season. And, when we talked early on in the first show, when we mentioned the fact that Aaron Rodgers went down.
Don't talk about my quarterback.
and we were discussing possibilities and bringing a quarterback in there to take over for a team that has all the weapons that they do, and that we're talking about the Jets, Kirk Cousins' name came up.
Not for me.
Well, but it came up in the conversation.
Yeah, because of Greeny. He need to stop. Mike Greenberg.
Right.
He's been screaming, and then everybody picked up on the Kirk Cousins bandwagon after
Well,
that.
I mean, Crispy mentioned Kirk Cousins when we talked in the first show. I think that was one of the 5 quarterbacks he mentioned.
Because of Greeny.
Jets better?
I mean, he does.
But we have to pay him. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback.
He's in the
He
last
chokes
year
in
of
big
that deal
games.
that he's in right now.
Right, but we just paid Aaron all that money, and he's hurt right now rehabbing. So we can't.
It's literally just a stopgap for sure.
But we cannot afford to pay another, whatever his contract is right now, pick up whatever that thing is.
But a lot of times when your quarterback gets traded, you're probably not going to pick up the entire thing.
It depends. What if Minnesota says, hey, since he's walking and we're not getting anything in return, minus what does he get? A third maybe rounder? I'm not giving a second or a first for Kirk Cousins.
No.
So let's say third, fourth rounder, 2 3s or something like that. That's not the only thing they're going to want. They're going to want you to eat some of that money too.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets right now just can't afford that. I'm not saying we don't have money or cap space left. We're not affording that.
So does this feel like, the Jets are one of the 4 teams that were mentioned in this article.
Okay.
I'll go through the teams really quickly for you. Falcons being one, Patriots being the other, the Jets being the 3rd team, and the Commanders being the last team. These were the 4 teams that were mentioned as far as like where Kirk Cousins could go.
Go back home. Go back to where you started it. I would see him fitting well with McLaurin and Curtis Samuel and that running back, Robinson, coming back from the gunshot wound. He's having a good year.
He is having a good year. Crispy, out of the 4 teams, who's the first team that comes to mind to you that makes the most sense for Kirk Cousins?
I've been thinking about this all day long. JK, I haven't really.
Did you just say JK?
Honestly, the way the football I've seen so far, I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think they have, with Pitts and London and now the running back piece, I think you take Cousins and put him in that. He's going to have something similar that he had in Minnesota with TJ. What's that other receiver that just got hurt? And then Dalvin Cook from last year. So I don't know. Their offensive line might be a little bit better than theirs.
Yeah, might.
Guess what time it is?
Oh,
I'll be back.
The lights cut off.
Lights cut off at Crispy's house. While he's handling that really quickly, it's funny because I read this article, and when they were talking about each team and the reasons why it would make sense, when I read the part about the Falcons, I'm reading this article and I'm like, looking at it. Maybe I actually have it. I do have it here. Actually, let me read this to you really quickly. Just this one piece of this. So the Falcons are one of them. So I'm reading this, and it says, this is a team chock full of talented skill position players. Et cetera, et cetera. They didn't have an heir apparent to Matt Ryan, blah, blah, blah. Mariota lasted less than a full season. Handed the reins to Ritter. Kyle Pitts is noticeably struggling with Ritter under center.
It's true.
Tight end was regarded as a can't-miss prospect, blah, blah, blah. But we also know he's coming back off an injury and has not looked himself for the first few weeks of the season. Drake London, they talked about him. While there have been disappointing performances, can be attributed to the presence of Bijan Robinson, the generational running back prospect who the Falcons landed at number 8. Has taken on much of the blame could be attributed to Ritter's mediocre play. Upgrading to Kirk Cousins might be the shot in the arm this offense needs to ascend to the middle of the pack. So I'm reading all of this, and I'm going, it may be not time to give on Ritter's chances. And I had to go back to the top of the article, and I was like, when was this written? And it was written today. And at no point during the article when they were talking about the Falcons did they have any conversation about Ritter's performance in the last game against Houston, where he obviously played significantly better than he's played the earlier part in the season.
Did he really?
Well, probably because they're going to say, "Oh, well, it was Houston." I'm a fan of Houston. I watched a lot of that game. I thought that it was a very competitive game on both sides. You guys were able to prevail. Ritter's like undefeated, like
at home,
40-1, all the way back to high school and college and stuff like that.
Not in high school.
The dude does not.
It's it's college and pros, but he's now 34-0 at home. Hasn't lost at home since he's been in college.
I thought I saw 40-0.
No,
no, that's his age.
But well, the receding hairline gives the impression. Sure. Now, the reality, though, is that I'm reading this and they say nothing about that. Now, it was his best game by far.
It was.
I mean, 329, had a touchdown, had a rushing touchdown, no interceptions. If you look at that game compared to the 2 games he had before that, where he arguably should have thrown like 6 interceptions, they just didn't get caught. He didn't make those mistakes. He was finally starting to look off defenders and throw the ball the other way, where before he'd been staring everybody down, and the safeties could see that, and they were jumping in front. They didn't mention this at all, so I thought, when there's this article written like a week ago? Like, what happened? Like, what's going on? But, Ritter played better. Does that mean all of a sudden that he is the guy and moving forward, it's going to be great and they're going to win the rest of the games No, obviously not, right? He's going to have his ups and downs.
It's only week
but
5.
It did look like he took a step in the right direction in comparison to the first 4 weeks of the season. It was a different-looking quarterback and a different-looking team because of it. And there were times when he was throwing the football where he was not afraid to throw it down the field and let his guys go do the work. Because in the early part of the season, he wasn't throwing the ball past 15 yards, right? It was like check down, short throws. And then all of a sudden he starts throwing the ball and letting them go do the work. Pitts, London, all those guys got involved.
This is getting off topic now, but is this a fact of OCs and head coaches, handicapping young quarterbacks, even though they forced them in there earlier than they should be, because they just want your top draft pick, i.e. Zach Wilson, i.e. Stroud, even though Stroud's playing good, Justin Fields. Well, Trey Lance never got to play because he sucks. Right. Just throwing these quarterbacks in there so early because they're first-round picks.
Yeah, it's funny because I think it's the coaches and the OCs don't have as much, depending on the team, you wonder how much pull they actually have, right? Mm-hmm. Like how much say do they have? So the GM and the owner are saying, we're taking that guy. That's who we want. We need a franchise quarterback. We're taking a shot here. He's going to play right away. You bring him in. And it's like, okay. But then the coach and the OC.
They got to sit out somewhere.
Well, yeah, but the coach and the OC are then like, okay, but we also need to bring him along in such a way that it's not going to, put him in a situation where he loses his confidence early by putting too much on him.
Like Daniel Jones.
Who'd Ritter take over for? Mariota?
What's that?
Ritter take over for Mariota?
Yeah, with 4 games left in the season last season, Ritter took over. Yeah, he went 2-2 at the end of the season.
What round was he drafted?
The 3rd round, I think it was. 3rd or 4th round. I think it was the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Back to the major point of that one is, what do you do with Kirk Cousins, though, in that offense? I'm not saying you don't have pieces,
right? But
you also took shots very, very high in the draft with these top picks, right? Mm-hmm. Dijon Mustard and and Drake London and Kyle Pitts. All of them are top
10 picks.
10 picks, right?
Yep.
But you didn't go line.
Right.
And that's where we know it. You need a line on both sides of the ball to then build outward.
Right. But knowing the team and following them like I do, they did build this line through the draft, the majority of them, right? You had Matthews on the left side. You had Bergeron they drafted this year. You have the two, the right guard and right tackle, you have McGarry and I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head. They were all drafted. And the 2 on the right-hand side were drafted a couple of years ago, both in the same draft. And last year, they may have overachieved. They played extremely well last year. And coming into the season, everybody thought, well, this is one of the strong points of this team, that the offensive line, because the offensive line did rank like top 10 last year.
Agreed.
And they have underachieved this year, which has been an alarming thing because from a running back's perspective, it's like they have to create holes when the holes aren't there. Finally, in the last game, Ritter had time. He had time in the last game that he didn't have in previous games. So I don't know if maybe they're finally trying to find their stride. I don't know what's going on there. But I digress.
What does Kirk Cousins do to that, though? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Back into the article, right? What does Kirk Cousins do? You
well,
got Heineke there.
But I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is that if you're looking for what can Kirk Cousins do there, he's got a lot of weapons to throw to.
I was going to say, he's a vet. He's going to bring leadership. He's going to bring a lot to that team.
But then you got to pay him.
$35 million, by the way.
Right.
That's what you have to pay him.
You got to pay. You got to pay him.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to spend money to make money.
I don't think. What is it? Arthur Smith No, that's the
Hey, we
coach,
know
right?
he can come there. They can adjust his contract. They can give him 25 now and make the rest of it incentives to where he could still try to get all of that money back. They can make that contract work. That's not the problem. It's the long term I would be more concerned about.
Right.
Can you keep him for another 2 or 3 years at a price friendly contract? I mean, if you could sell that he's coming to a division that can be still won this year by the Falcons, even though I think the Saints are still the better team. Well, I guess we'll find out that here soon. But he comes to a team that is still in contention for the division. I don't know. I like Cousins with Atlanta. I think he's going to look a little weird in their uniform, but I
He looks
like
weird in
him.
everything.
I like him in Atlanta. Washington was going to be my second pick.
I would much rather see him in if out of those 4 teams, I would much rather see him go back to Washington.
I know it's easy to sit here and say, well, let's talk about the possibility of him going to any of these teams if money wasn't an option. Money is a problem.
Correct.
It's easy to say, it's not as easy to do, right?
Right.
So it's not fair for me to say, we'll take the money out of the equation. But New England's out of this equation. I don't even know why New England's in this
They
article.
suck.
They are here's the thing. Here's what the other teams have that New England don't. Playmakers, weapons.
Yes.
Who the hell is Kirk Cousins going to throw the ball to in New England besides Hunter Henry?
Let me see. Juju.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, I got running back. Zeke.
Sure. I even forgot he was there, to be
let's
honest
see.
with you. I totally forgot. Stevenson is the other one, right?
He's good in fantasy
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Yeah. Not so far this year. But
What's the receiver?
Do we want to talk fantasy?
What's the other receiver?
do they have another receiver?
Devontae Parker.
Yeah, Devontae Parker.
Oh,
He used to be
Kendrick Bourne is
Kendrick
decent.
Bourne.
He's
Yeah,
young,
look
but
at
he's
all them
decent.
pieces, man. That's the reason they're in last.
Yeah. Yes. They are atrocious.
Even if we don't do anything else for the rest of the season, as long as the Patriots finish under us, we have achieved something.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
They may be in the running for Caleb Williams right now.
Shoo.
No,
They probably
because,
tanking for. Oh no, Chicago got that locked.
but what he said, and his dad and his agent, he said, nah, if any one of those teams come up there and I don't want to I'll go back to school next year.
Ooh.
He said it already.
Caleb said that?
Yeah, he's calling his own
Yeah,
shot.
I've heard that as well.
He's calling his own shot.
Wow.
Hey, Eli did it, right?
Man.
Yeah, and I don't agree with it, man. I've never agreed with it. John Elway did it too, long time ago.
But with the NIL money now, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Now I can say, you know what, I'll go back and make 12, 13, 16 million more than a starting NFL quarterback is making.
Yeah.
What if
And
he
I'll
goes back
sit again.
to the college and win a third Heisman?
Hey, first time ever, right?
First time ever.
Hey, right.
Hey, never know. Never know.
I
Maybe
could-
USC knocks on the door of a championship and
And then
Who
I get to
knows?
go somewhere else that actually has some playmakers instead of going to New England and rotting under Bill Belichick because he doesn't want to come up to terms with the new age NFL.
Yeah, I think it's time
Hey.
for Bill Belichick to take a seat.
Take his hoodie and get the hell
Caleb
out
Williams
of
is
here.
going to be a special quarterback. People are going to move up the board to try to get him, I bet.
Yeah. I don't think he'll have a problem not being drafted. I think people will be willing to sell the farm for that. I really do.
I would.
They have more
Imagine
respect
him
for
in
that.
Atlanta. Ooh, did he throw to London at all?
No,
I
that
believe
was
he did.
before him.
Okay.
That was before him.
How many years has Williams been there now?
2.
This is only his second year?
Yeah,
He won the Heisman as a true freshman?
probably
Oh, I
took
thought
a
he
I
was
thought
red
he won it
shirt.
as
Yeah,
a sophomore.
probably took a red shirt. Yeah.
If this is his junior year, then he threw to. Did he play as a freshman?
I don't think he played as a freshman.
But he still threw to London in practice, though.
They
He
all
knows him.
do.
He knows him. He knows him.
Oh, Mac
Well,
Jones
Zach is checking this out. I'm
and-
just curious.
and
if
Hurts
Williams
and
plays
all
as
of
a
them threw
freshman.
to Devonta Smith and all them other receivers.
Exactly.
He played a little bit as a freshman, nothing crazy. Only 211 passes.
Okay. 211 passes or 211 yards?
Passes
Oh, okay.
for about 1,900
Okay,
yards.
so he would have
All
thrown
the
to
Drake
London.
London.
He would have thrown to London.
That's crazy. That means Drake London is young.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
he-
that catch he had in that game. Oh. Stop.
one?
The one at the end of the game where he kind of just held it out there and landed on his back. I think I messaged you at that time when it happened.
It wasn't better than Dijon Mustard's catch.
His helmet came off. Are you talking about the pitch? How did he hold on to that?
The aerial view of that one where he caught it like running the opposite way.
Because it was caught behind him.
But with one, he like shifted the ball at the same while still making a cut. Like that was insane.
I don't think I've seen anybody with the type of fluidity and the movement that he has. He has made more defenders look so stupid so far in the early part.
It's only week 5.
It's only week 5,
but
means there's that many more people he could put on
he's
skates.
He's juked 5 people per game. No, at running back, no, I've never seen it.
Not with that kind of movement.
Well, Barry,
we need to get that aerial view on like everything. Those views are incredible.
Yeah,
that's like out of Madden, isn't it? Is that specific to Atlanta Stadium? Because it seems like they're showing it a good bit.
When I went to the Jets preseason game against the Panthers, they had an aerial cam. I don't know if it's per stadium though. Mm-hmm. There is an NFL aerial cam that goes all the way around.
Yeah,
but that shot was tremendous.
Yeah, there's actually a couple more shots from that game that they actually did that same view from. I don't know if it's just a dome thing, maybe, but it was open that day though. It was also open, so not that they still couldn't figure it out because it's not like it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty crazy view.
That's a good shot.
It's specifically a rooftop camera that Atlanta has, so I think it is specific to them right now.
That's good. I like it.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, that's a pretty cool deal.
Well, Dijon, stop juking people. All right.
No, Dijon, please keep doing that. I still think I understand the money part of it, but from the standpoint of the talent, the Jets also could benefit from a guy like Kirk Cousins. Like, because if he comes in right now, he's a better quarterback than Zach Williams.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Zach Williams is looking really good. Now Zach Wilson, absolutely, he's better than him.
I was going to call him nothing but Zach Williams from now on.
Zach Williams has played well.
He's played well.
He's
not as good a quarterback.
He has not done anything detrimentally bad.
He's still not as good a quarterback as Kirk.
But when he puts those balls, the Conklin couple dimes over. He put those balls on the table.
I mean, he's got his balls out, baby. I don't know.
Hey, we all got our balls out, guys.
Hey, that's what we do.
When he darts it, it's a really good motion ball, but it's just everything else that he's not.
Maybe they can just stay afloat long enough for him to get it, because they're not out of it, right? I mean, I'm saying they're not out of it.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah, it's only week 5. So 2 and 3.
Yep.
We got Philly this week though. They've come back down to earth. That's what I said. They're
not playing that well.
Nope.
So, but you still got Miami to deal with in that division right now. So that'd be all right.
We'll get them once.
So let's move on. I want to talk a little bit about this Sunday night football game, which ultimately was a rout. We know that the San Francisco 49ers, who, incidentally, they're the best team in football right now. I'm sorry, but whether you agree with that or not, doesn't matter.
That's true.
They are the best team in football right now. Their defense is unbelievable. Their offense is just flowing. They made Dallas look absolutely pedestrian. 42-10, I believe, was the final in that game. And really quickly,
how many picks Dak threw?
3.
Told you Dak was going Dak.
3 in that game. He's Daking. That's 5 on the season now. I think he had 1, and 3. I think he's only got 4. Okay. Only got 4 through 5 weeks. He's screwed. There is no way he's not.
He said I'm only
10.
throwing 10 though.
Yeah.
So
okay.
He only got 5 left.
So I know I'm gonna bring this up, but Sunday night football game got 26 million viewers.
It wasn't more than the Jets-Chiefs game.
It wasn't, but they also didn't have Taylor Swift there.
See, you did it. I didn't say it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I didn't say it.
They got 26 million viewers without Taylor Swift.
They didn't get my view because I was watching wrestling.
Okay. You were watching wrestling.
Yep.
So, Kittle.
I love Kittle.
The guy went off.
You know Kittle's a wrestling fan, by the way, right?
I don't care. But I do appreciate the fact that he lifted his shirt up and his T-shirt underneath read F Dallas.
F like what? Flip?
No, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. So it said that.
Beep.
Yeah,
Go ahead and get that censored
yeah,
up.
yeah. We'll probably end up beeping this after the fact, but so the main point is because the game itself is irrelevant because Dallas has come back down to earth. Dak is Dakin. But after the fact, Micah Parsons goes on. He's on Bleacher. He's got his own little whatever he does.
Yo, Micah, you want to come on?
And
Podcast.
he comes on there and he's talking all kinds of junk.
He talks a lot.
He talks a lot. Now he can back it up.
He can.
He's a good player. But he is talking, okay, he's not too happy about what Kittle did. He's like, we'll see you again.
Would you be?
No, I wouldn't be.
Exactly.
But what all I'm saying is he said, okay, well, we'll see you again.
Yeah.
And, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he feels confident that Dak will no longer Dak and that they're still a good football team and that they'll see them again. Now, the only way they will see them again, of course, is if they
Playoffs.
get into the playoffs.
Playoffs. That was cute.
Well, Kirk Cousins went to Dallas.
They didn't, so it's okay.
What if Cousins? What? Seriously?
What is he doing?
Come on, dude.
What?
Is that where you went? Cousins
Is he
going to Dallas?
Is he better than Dak?
It's
Probably
debatable.
not.
That's debatable.
Probably
I
not.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a clip out there where it's a former safety. I forgot his name, but he was like, they asked him about the game. He was like, "Yeah, Dak sucks." He just said it just like that.
Dak sucks.
I can't even defend him no more. I picked him up in fantasy. I'm like, oh man, I can just use this guy later. Kind of. I can't. I've tried. I hate the Cowboys anyways. I don't know why I've been a Dak fan.
I don't know why either. You've been doing it
I'm
for
done.
years.
I'm done.
You've been doing it for years.
I can't defend the guy no more.
If you go back to like week 1 of the first episode and the second episode, right when the Cowboys were winning,
yep.
I think this guy,
that guy right there,
said, "Oh, in McCarthy's offense, Dak's gonna do this, and he's got the ball coming out really fast."
Is that how I sound?
Yeah, well, to me at least.
Okay.
Dak, and then he threw 3 picks against the Niners and choked big time. Dak
I'm
sucks.
not really sure I'm supposed to respond to that.
Dak sucks. I tried to tell y'all that before though. Nobody listened to me.
Well, that's probably because you do this horrible job of like imitating people. It's probably just people just tune you out. Probably why. Yeah, that's probably why.
That's how Zach sounds too.
Is that how he sounds?
No.
I was just about to support you in saying that I've been with you that Dak sucks.
Because you're a
but-
Giants fan, so stop it.
So now you're mad when I agree with you too? That's where we're at?
Yes.
That's where
All
we're
right.
at.
Yes.
I just trying to check.
That's just how New Yorkers do it. So Deebo Samuel comes back and says to Micah Parsons, I don't think that the Cowboys want to see us again.
I don't think so either.
Because he's like, it might be a little bit worse the next time around.
Beat the hell out of them. Why would I want to?
He said, I mean, I don't know.
Hey, fun fact: Debo is from the town I live in.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's from
So
somewhere in South Carolina.
I'm going to derail the show real quick. So
Okay.
my son was able to win a state championship up here at said high school that Debo went to. And so when they had their banquet about their awards and all that good stuff, Debo actually came to the banquet, said some words, and then went into the locker room and signed a bunch of autographs for everyone. So my son's got a picture with It's pretty cool.
Damn.
Good.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call
nice
that
kid.
derailing. I
We
thought
got
that's pretty cool information.
He's a Gamecock.
Yeah.
I want to let you know
Yeah.
that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You don't like the Gamecocks.
I don't need to like them or dislike them. I don't care about them.
Go Dogs.
That's right. That's what we do.
Excuse me?
Don't say that in here.
What you said?
Don't say that. He said go Tigers.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
that's
kind of-
disgusting.
LSU?
No, Clemson.
That's disgusting.
Trash. Go Knowles.
Come on. Go Rutgers.
There you go.
Go Syracuse, baby. Bleed orange.
Hey, those New Yorkers really do have it tough with sports.
I've been trying to tell y'all. That's why I got to get it off when I can get it off, you know?
That's fair.
No wonder they're so sensitive.
Not sensitive.
No, yeah, you are. Okay,
Hmm.
fair enough. least you can admit it.
Yep. Probably.
Are you doing guy math or whatever?
Yeah, I had to put the 2 over the 6.
I got you.
Minus the 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. My guy's obviously a little bit butthurt by the situation.
Butthurt. They got their ass whooped. They
really did. That's why his butt's hurt. So
like Zach.
Like Zach. There you go. That's what happens when you fall on your ass.
They just got molly-whopped.
They did.
All right,
There
that's
you
it.
go.
They just got. Sometimes you just go out there and you get your ass whooped.
Yep.
They didn't do anything.
Does that mean, because one of the things I mentioned here is that, I'm talking about this. We talked a few weeks ago about how the Cowboys were looking great before that loss to the Cardinals, right? So the Cowboys had those first 2 weeks, then they lost week 3. They won week 4 over the Patriots, which apparently anybody can beat the Patriots.
But the Jets.
I wasn't going to say it.
No, it's true, man.
And then turn around with this embarrassing loss to the 49ers. Now, again, the 49ers are the best team in football, right? I think we can probably all agree on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But to lose in that fashion, like this was supposed to be a defense that could hang for a while. I didn't expect the Cowboys were going to win this game, but I also didn't expect that they were going to lose in the fashion which they did. It seems like when things get tight, when things get rough, and Dak starts pressing, is when you see these types of mistakes. And the 3 interceptions is we're down. Let's try to make something happen. But the funny thing about this is who's at fault here? This is what I'm trying to figure out: is how do we
Jerry
go from
Jones.
this team?
It's always Jerry's fault.
It really is Jerry's fault.
Always Jerry's fault.
I mean, but is it Jerry's fault for hiring the wrong coach?
It's
is
not
McCarthy the wrong coach?
Not what we said in the beginning of the year. It was McCarthy. He has Dak on point. West Coast offense. Get the ball out very quick.
Right.
First hitch. The ball's got to go out real quick, right? And it was clicking.
Yeah.
Until you start playing better teams.
Oh yeah, with great defenses.
And you start playing. And the Cardinals are not as bad as we thought.
Mm-hmm.
But you start
Cardinals been playing some ball.
Start playing better teams, right? And it gets to week 5, and then week 6, and now Dak has to press.
Sport, but not having Diggs back there hurts. I mean,
but when you're playing from behind, all quarterbacks have that problem because now you have to press, right? You have to make the throw. You can't sit in there in your rhythm of, hey, I can take the check down here. I have to try to get a first down to move the chains.
Yep.
And then if your playmakers aren't playmakering, I just said that. Yep. If your playmakers aren't playmakering, you know what that means, though.
I do.
And your defense has to be on the field. No, Pollard's playing good.
Yeah, but Zeke was a really good blocker. At least give him a little bit.
It's the line. That blocker. We all seen the last block he put on in a Cowboys uniform when he was playing center and got ran over.
True. Let me say this, though. What's interesting, and Crispy brings up an interesting point, is I think it's less, and Crispy, I'll sort of piggyback off this. I think it's less about what Zeke can do than it is about the pressure it takes off of Pollard knowing Zeke's there.
I agree.
Because Pollard hasn't played as well as Pollard played last year.
It's coming off the injury, though.
Fair.
Well, he's got to carry the load the whole time now, too.
I agree.
And that's what the interesting part is.
The line is weaker.
We look true, but we look at Minnesota when we made this comment about Minnesota when Dalvin Cook was there. Whenever he got hurt or when he was coming off of a spell, he would rest for a few downs or rest for a series. Madison comes in and kills it, but Dalvin Cook's not there anymore, and now the pressure is all on him. He can't get it done. I'm not saying that Pollard is in that same mold because I like Pollard, but I think that the expectations for him this year were set at a certain point, and I don't think he's reached that expectation yet. Could he still get there? Yes. Are there other issues? Is it just the line? Is that a possibility?
They've missed it. Their interior linemen have missed spots all 25 games, but they've missed a game somehow, some shape or fashion, been hurt and missed half the game. Come back. Zach Martin held out initially, so they haven't clicked together, and that line is older. That line is not the line that it was 2-3 years ago when they had the best guard in football and the best tackle in football. It's different. They're piecing it together.
Yeah, for sure.
All starts up front.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's just amazing that fall from grace in such a short period of time. I know we always say this, right? We joke it's only week 5, but that the loss to the Cardinals was the first sort of like
The first domino.
I was like, wait a minute here. Is this just an anomaly? And then they get back and they use New England as a punching bag. And then I thought, okay, I don't think you're going to beat San Francisco, but this should be a competitive game, right? And Micah Parsons and I know not having Diggs is problematic. I do believe that. I think that that's somewhat of a problem, but look, nobody's beating San Francisco. I just don't see it right now. I don't know who.
Good.
I just don't know right now.
They look good just standing on the sidelines. They look good.
They really are.
They were warming up, and I was like, man, I'm intimidated by these guys.
Bad. Best team in football, absolutely.
Yep.
I'm not disputing that.
Right.
I'm not scared of Brock Purdy, though. I don't care what people are saying. Well, we got to put the Mr. Irrelevant thing away. He has a ready-made situation. He has the best tackle in football.
Right.
Probably the best running back in football, like Swiss Army knife kind of running back.
Yep.
He has probably one of the best tight ends in football. Yeah,
and there's some other guys on that team that are underrated. Ayuk is still just
agree, and Debo is one of the best weapons in football because he can run the ball. He's a slot player. He's a good over the middle. Like
if Ayuk gets in the open field, he's just as dangerous as Debo.
And he can take the top off.
Right.
So Ayuk has played better.
Right.
2 or 3 time defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
And Fred Warner is probably, and I know it's on the other side of the ball, the best linebacker in football. They have a lot of bests in football or close to at their position.
Why they have the best team? Because they ain't got all their money wrapped up in a quarterback.
I agree.
I.e. the Jets.
They got rid of Jimmy G with that big deal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which they finally did. They finally did. They made the right decision. They went through a couple of bad decisions before they managed to make the right one. Look, but I can't say that, I get what you're saying. It's not Purdy's fault.
It's not.
And that he's found himself in this situation, but he's making the most of the opportunity. Because I can bet you right now there would be other guys that would be in that situation that would not be able to perform at the same level. In fact, I don't even think based on just look at what Purdy's done and the number of games that he's played. Jimmy G has not had the same type of success in that same period of time. They may have won games, but Purdy is looking very, very good. Like the efficiency is there.
He's not doing anything that is blowing. I know he doesn't have to yet.
He doesn't have to.
But he's not doing anything that is making me say, yeah, like some of the people are saying. I know fans are fickle, right?
Of course, yeah.
But we're the best in football. You're the best team in football, and it's not because of your quarterback, though.
But it is the consummate team sport, number one, and number two.
You go, right there, yep.
But number two, I don't think that they're built offensively to be that team where the quarterback has to give you highlight reels and is throwing 60-yard bombs down the field. That's not how that offense works. It's underneath. It's giving the ball to the guy short and letting him do the work. Why would you change your offensive philosophy when you can give it to a bunch of 4-3 guys underneath and let them do the work?
We will see.
Who's got the best offenses in football?
Besides San Francisco?
Yeah. Who else would you take?
Are we just going regular offense, or are we going off of talent or record? Because again,
just offense.
I'm gonna put the Chargers up there regardless, and I know the Chargers, but they got Justin Herbert. Eckler's coming back. Good segue. Look, there you go.
You have the Dolphins offense.
Correct.
There you go.
You have Philly's offense, which it's not as good as it was last year, but it's still when you look at what they can do, right? That you know that their offense is good.
I was hoping that you would say the Dolphins. That was my point. Is it's the same system,
it is very similar.
The Dolphins coach, he's made his own twist to it.
A lot of motion. I know. I see it.
Exactly.
Get
the ball out of the quarterback's hands and put it in the playmakers, and that's what they're doing. You got the best running back. Let him go run 3-4 touchdowns. Make my job a lot easier. Let me throw a 5-yard pass versus a 45-yard out and take the chances of it getting picked off, kind of thing.
I agree.
Playing smart ball. And this kind of goes back to when you were talking about Purdy not being fancy and all that good stuff and money and things like that. Maybe that's why they got Ritter in there so quickly. Going back to the Atlanta conversation. Let's roll the dice. Let's see what we have in this kid. We ain't paying shit for him. You're on a rookie contract, doesn't have a lot of money. That's why they're getting thrown in there. Let's see what we could do with Tua. Still ain't even paid yet.
That's the hypocrisy of the NFL.
Well, that's what it looks like it's going to. Let's load up our team
you get what I'm saying?
with awesome running backs, great receivers. You're seeing more speed. Get it to those guys. Get them in the open
Let's
field.
get them on. Let's get them on these Let's get them on these baby deals too, and let them smash their heads against the wall against each other and all day. And then when it's time to pay you, i.e. Saquon Barkley, now, you know what? You are one of the best at your position, but we don't value your position. I just don't understand the thinking behind that.
Right.
I get not paying a quarterback $35, $40 million.
Especially that guaranteed money, because they stopped doing that, right? We did that. The last one to do it was
Watson. Are we talking quarterbacks?
No. I was talking about like when they first come out of college. Like the ones that even get drafted like number 1 overall. Jamarcus Russell was the last one that got that ridiculously high guaranteed contract. They stopped doing that. They've actually said that they're not going to.
It's a rookie scale.
Yeah, there's a rookie scale, which is smart.
I agree.
Because those guys, because the expectation on them is even that much higher when you're giving them that much more money. But think about a lot of the guys that we're talking about here. When we're talking about Purdy, when we're talking about Ritter, these weren't first-round guys.
No.
Right? So you don't have to pay them that much money. It's not like, oh, well, let them play out their contract. That's what they signed. They signed that rookie contract. Let them play it. Now, you do have situations where teams feel like I would be willing to bet next season. So Purdy's in this is his second year?
Yes.
On his rookie contract. I would be willing to bet that even if let's just say they don't win the Super Bowl this year, but they go far into the playoffs, or maybe they're a Super Bowl team, they represent the Super Bowl, whatever the case may be. I would be willing to bet that Purdy starts getting paid before that contract ends. That would be my guess.
That would be the smart thinking.
Right.
But not every GM thinks that way.
Right.
They'll think we'll get the 4, give the 5th year option, right? And then we'll get you on a low because it's just an option.
Sure.
You're not getting paid anything extra. We're going to milk it out for 5 years and then see if we can get your next person in line right after you, though.
Or they win the championship this year, sign him to a mediocre deal, and they got him for another 6 years.
But he's not worth it.
Well,
mark my words.
That money's worth it to him, and as an organization.
I'm not talking about the money for him.
A Super Bowl winning quarterback, $20 mil, $25 mil a year. Let's do it.
We see what happened last time San Francisco had that, right? Happened with Cap.
Yeah.
Coming off of a shocking turnaround, playoffs. Got to pay him now. You pay him, and then it rumbles.
Yeah. I mean, but you have, then they also changed, that coaching change and everything else. That was a huge impact on Cap's career, in my opinion. But
I'm not only saying Cap in general because I love Cap.
Yep.
Cap, you my dog. I'm saying in general, like as far as that mindset, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get you on this lower deal because we got you in 3rd, 4th, 5th round, Mr. Irrelevant, as everybody's saying with Purdy, and then we're gonna option you out towards that. Now we're going to give you the big deal because we did go to the big game, and then you just fall off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because Purdy hasn't played in any meaningful games. The game he did, he got knocked out.
Well, they ain't got a whole lot of money tied up into him, so it's not like they're going to be out $44 million because he got hurt in 4 plays. They're fine.
There you go. Look, you got to take those digs each time. I heard that. I heard exactly what we said. 4 plays, right?
All right.
3.
Was it 3? 1?
3 or 4.
I don't know how many plays it was.
I won't say anything.
All right.
Next topic.
It's just our last topic of the evening. Shall we get into this? You have your list? Everybody got their list?
Oh,
I got some numbers and players.
We're going to that.
You want to do that? You want to do the list? I know you don't like doing lists now.
No, I love lists.
Oh, now you love a list.
Top 5 wrestlers next week.
Oh,
that's not.
Is that what we're doing? Oh,
no, the IWC is gonna force you out of this one.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun if I'm picking wrestlers.
All right. Okay, so top 5 Now, what did we determine this was? How did we say we were going to
Top 5 pregame fits,
pregame fits?
whether good or bad.
Good or bad?
Okay. All
Does
right.
that change your list?
Are we gonna flash the photos? We're gonna give it to them to put it up and flash afterwards. I got you, because you got to see these, because these are bad.
Do you have a combination of best and worst?
I just got straight
crazy,
bad
or-
currently.
Okay. All right. Just straight.
But
bad.
I'll get you a good one.
Okay. All right.
I
So,
got good.
So we're gonna start with the 5th worst best. I don't know. I
Just
don't know
number
how-
5.
Or just number 5.
Bing.
Number 5.
We need the bing from Family Feud in there.
Number 5.
Right.
I don't know how many more times you want to do that before we actually get started.
Bing. Russell
Number-
Westbrook. He's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for me.
Oh,
Yeah, Russell Westbrook. There was one where he was wearing I don't know what this is. He had like a beanie on, some cut off knee jeans, and like a overall shirt and an underall. I don't know. This is, see how bad? That's bad.
What is that?
I don't know. You'll see it, guys. It's really
He
bad.
looks like a starving artist of some kind. I think it's
Yo,
ridiculous.
he has a belt with like a shoestring. I haven't seen that since 2002.
Hey, it might have happened when he was getting out the car. You know, it might have been in a pinch.
A shoestring belt?
Hey, we've all had to do it.
Oh no, I did that back in the day.
Oh God,
But
these
I-
are so bad. This is just so.
You can't even
terrible.
look. You can't even say anything after that one.
I can't. I just look at all
Gosh,
these
it's
and
the
they're
first
just,
one.
they're terrible.
Right?
They're absolutely terrible. I've got Russell Westbrook on this list like so many times. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I might as well just make it Russell Westbrook top 5, top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Crispy, who's your number 5?
Number 5, I have OBJ. This dude's stylish. I mean, I love him.
Why do I get the feeling that all of your entire list is going to
They're gonna be
for
good.
you are going to be good, but then the rest of us are going to look at him and be like, "Oh, that's right. This is your
Mm-mm.
version of style."
Oh no, there's only one on here that you guys are going to be like, oh gosh.
See, was that my voice or was that his voice?
Well, that was
No,
that
no,
was him imitating you, imitating him.
Yeah.
You know what?
Remember that skit with Cat Williams imitated
Next week?
the white guy?
Yes, I do.
That's Allah every time I hear him.
Allah.
We agreed. My name is not Allah. Okay.
Oh God. So
All right, I got OBJ 5. Dude's
All
clean,
right.
man. He brings it.
I put that in my contract not to call me Allah.
Allah. All right. Who's your number 5?
You go on 5.
I thought you had a number 5.
I gave my 5. It was
Who was your
Russell.
number 5?
You want another one? I got another Russell Westbrook one.
Is it Russell Westbrook?
Yeah. What is this?
I got one.
What is
I
this? Is he like, I don't know, rock / punk rock / I don't. This is bad.
It's
Another
fashion.
one.
Hey, you guys got my message about the electrical tape, right?
Yes.
No, I saw those pictures.
I mean, those
Thank
pictures
you.
were good. I'm not gonna lie, they were good.
Hey.
Because I can't say it. My daughter listens here.
You want number 5?
I was gonna say something.
I
Russell
thought we were
Westbrook.
on 4.
Another one. Yo, he's bad, man. 5 and 4 is all Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is wearing skinny jeans, a horribly striped long sleeve turtleneck with a red hat on that says Talent Scout. I'm just not really sure what this is all about right here. All right, that was my number 5. Did you just give me your number 4 already?
I showed you. I could show you another one.
Was
You
that
want
number
a
4?
Russell Westbrook?
No, I don't want another Russell Westbrook. I don't want another one of those. Crispy, who's your number 4?
Number 4, I'm going with Cam Newton. Enough said.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that.
Yep.
Yep. Oh God, it's just nothing but Russell Westbrook everywhere. It's Russell Westbrook everywhere. All right, I don't. Jeez, Louise, this is just awful. It's just terrible. I've got another bad one for you. You're gonna know who this guy is. You ready for this one? All right, if I could find it, where'd it go? Hang on, 2 seconds.
Oh my God.
Here it comes. There it is. Yeah, here's your guy right here. This is my number 4.
Oh, now my man Amon. Why you doing my man like that? Oh, Eddie's even worse. Yeah,
Oh,
bad.
goodness.
Nah, dog. Not my dog.
Shumpert.
Iman.
Oh, Iman Shumpert. Double bags, double chains, double orange, double trouble. That's what this says. It is so bad. Oh, goodness. This is terrible.
I'm going to get off the Russell Westbrook bandwagon.
All right, who's your number 3?
Kyle Kuzman.
Kyle Kuzman.
Yeah, that guy. Wow.
What the hell is this?
Just that one pink. Was it the pink sweater?
This is not even the pink sweater one. This is, I don't know. He has on like platform shoes, high waters because it was raining out there. This is like an overcoat, trench coat. I don't know. He got gold chains on.
He brings it. I think he brings it.
Yeah, when you see this picture, he's not bringing it.
Was that your number 3?
Yeah.
All right, Crispy, who's your number 3?
You guys already wore it out, but I got Russell at 3.
What is he wearing? Got to give me something.
Clothes.
What kind of clothes?
Some bad clothes.
Actually, I went through the other side of this. I went to where they're nicely dressed piece of it. So mine are going to be all nice fits.
I've never seen Russell Westbrook dress nice.
Oh, man, this guy's clean.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing this because we're going to post these. We're going to have to see what these are. All right, here's my number 3. This is Jimmy Butler.
I got a Jimmy Butler one, but I ain't want to put it in there.
This one looks like he just got out of pottery class.
Is it this one? That's what I was going to say. The same one.
Is it?
That's the same one I was looking at.
Oh, my God. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening right now. It looks like he's got a sweater. He's got a sweater sewn together with denim sewn together on more denim. It's like a jacket ape-looking thing with torn jeans, a dark denim buttoned-up shirt all the way to the neck, untucked. I don't know. This is just ridiculous.
Really bad.
Really, really bad.
Period.
Wow. Terrible.
How's his hair did?
I don't think the hair even
it's just normal hair. It doesn't really know.
Okay.
I think that the emo hair would have been better for this fit.
Ooh.
Would have made more sense.
You guys are gonna really hate me for my next 2 then.
All right, Ollie, you got me number 2?
Oh man. I don't want to do it to my dog.
Got to do it though.
My dog Tim Duncan, dog.
Oh, is it bad?
Timmy's living his best life.
Yeah, I've seen him much better dressed than that. This is a bad pick. I've seen it. He usually dresses. I mean, it's not. He doesn't dress like in 3-piece suits, but he usually pretty clean looking.
Dresses like a hobo.
Not all the time.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Go back to his old All-Star pictures with him, KG, and all of them.
I don't think he really cared about
7 times baggy clothes that he wore.
I don't think he really cared much.
This is a polo, but it's like 17 times too big for him. And he's already a big guy.
That was like from the early 2000s. That's how it was. He had to have clothes that were 3 sizes too big for you.
See my face?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I'm going to tell you who the best dressed is here in a little bit. But, Crispy, give me your number 2.
Number 2, I got LeBron James.
Oh, Lord have mercy. LeBum. Got it. Where's he wearing?
Suit, probably.
Wearing a suit. Oh, so it's a clean look?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's got the clean look.
Does he have shorts on?
For sure. He could.
He could.
If I picked that one, yeah, but I didn't pick that one.
Because that's my number 1 worst fit of all time. I don't care what nobody say.
What?
With the shorts?
Yes.
Suit shorts?
With the little man purse he had.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, man.
Oh,
this is not good.
That's style right there.
Yo, his socks is up to his calf. He got no strings in these shoes. No, there's strings in there.
Hey, he ain't got to worry about tying them.
He looked like he got on wrestling boots.
Did you just pass your number 2? Did you just say screw it and go to number 1?
No, I said 2 was Timmy bad.
Oh, Timmy.
I just went straight to 1 because, this is real. I don't. Did you see how he walked out the press conference when he grabbed his little purse and walked away?
Yes.
Exactly. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, Crispy, did you give me your number 2 already?
Yeah, LeBron James.
LeBron James is your number 2. All right. So my number 2 is Dwayne Wade.
Ooh.
There's a couple of different fits that he's wearing. I actually don't mind either one of these too much. They're kind of chill. Nothing too serious. I don't think it's going to be that one. I think it's going to be this one that I like. This one I like the most. Obviously, I'll show you this. Not like everybody's not going to see it, but I mean,
You just want me to laugh. That's what you want.
it's not.
That
It's Dwayne.
I don't like Dwayne Wade dressing because he dresses a little. Let's see, metrosexual-ish.
I think he's got pretty good style.
No, he doesn't. I'll show you some bad D Wade fits.
Look, every one of these cats have bad fits, except for one guy. I'll give you my number one. Like, well, no, that's not true. He has a couple of bad fits, but overall, my number one is actually Chris Paul.
Ooh,
Chris Paul actually does a pretty good. He dresses well.
He has some bad fits too.
Okay, we just established that. Everybody at some point or other is going to have a bad fit.
Not at all.
Y'all saw that State Farm commercial where he's got the shoulder pads.
Not at all. There's one guy who never had a bad fit.
I'm sure that's not
His
true.
name would be Carmelo Anthony.
That is absolutely not true.
Nope.
It's
The only bad fit.
not
The
true.
only bad fit he has on.
There's one right there.
That's not a bad fit.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The only bad fit he had ever was draft day, because that suit was 67 times too big for him and LeBron.
And look,
That was
That was 2003, baby.
Yeah,
That's
come on,
that's just
right.
the era.
That was the era. That's what we was talking about. That was the era.
Why Tim Duncan's got a polo that's four
No.
sizes too big.
So Tim Duncan's too big to be putting them big clothes on. He still dresses like that on the sideline. Doesn't he?
Carmelo,
That's not a bad fit.
he's carrying a purse. So that's a problem. That automatically makes it a bad fit.
But Crispy said his number one was LeBron James with the.
That's a good fit. Clean fit. That's Chris Paul.
You ain't gonna talk about my man Melo like that.
The only reason why you picked Melo to be the best fit is because it's Melo. That's it.
Yeah.
Came from Syracuse and played for the Knicks. That's the
Melo
only reason
does
why.
no wrong.
So it's a biased perspective. Your list is garbage. So I mean that's. I
Nope.
mean you.
I showed you the real bad fits.
You trash everybody else's lists
Nope.
all the time.
Nope.
And yet you have
I
a
didn't
biased
trash your list.
perspective.
I didn't trash your list.
But you have a biased perspective.
No, I don't.
You totally had a
No,
biased.
Melo is just up there. Everybody else is down here.
No defense, Melo. Got it. I understand.
Hey, gonna give you 50 though.
That's true.
Yep.
And with no championship.
Jets are working them out at quarterback.
Oh, wow.
So Jonas, you're probably gonna beat me up for my number one then.
All right, who's your number one?
I got D Wade.
I'm not. Why would I beat
Guy's
you up for
clean.
that?
my
Well, I'm a little biased. He's my guy, but he's also very well dressed as well. So
I mean, I could argue that I'm knocking you because you're biased as well. That's fair. I don't have any of not that any of my guys have good fits anyway.
Trey can't get past the hairdo. so.
Trey can't. Trey, he got to wear a hat all the time if he's ever even gonna have a good fit, because that hair is that's just atrocious.
He also did the shorts with the suit for his
Yes,
draft
he
day,
did,
and it was terrible.
absolutely
Trey
atrocious.
Young
Yes.
hair looks like what is Jim Carrey's character from what he played in Living Color? Fireman guy.
Fireman Bill.
They got the same hair, dude.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Fire Marshal
Put that
Bill,
up.
that's right.
You go to put Trey Young right here.
Fire Marshal Bill.
You're gonna say, yo, those are the same hair dudes.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great list. What are we doing for list next week?
I don't know, because you won't let me talk about wrestling. So
Well, if you want to do,
Let's do
IWC, get him too.
are we doing? So, what do you want to do for wrestling specifically? Just top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Wrestlers.
You want to do your
Top 5.
personal list?
Oh yeah, I got a list.
I got a list.
I got a
and I'm gonna
list.
critique yours because I already know who your number one's gonna be.
But you can't be mad at it.
No, I love Taker.
Don't.
Come on,
Oh,
you done said it
on.
already. You said it about 4 weeks ago
Just
when I had the T-shirt on. I
Just
love
did.
Undertaker.
All right. Well, you done hose it. We got
I
to do a different
love
list.
Undertaker.
We got to do a different list now.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
do.
you don't know what my number one is.
exactly.
All right.
Nobody.
Well, I'm gonna find somebody.
All right. Cool. Good deal. That'll do it. Episode number 5 in the books.
That's a good fit.
What's a good fit? Who is that?
Dwayne Wade.
That's not a good fit.
Thank you. Try to
No,
tell
that's
you
a
that.
terrible fit. I know you're just trying to find terrible fits.
I could
that
find
everybody
you
else
a lot of terrible fits.
has. All right. Well, you just keep finding fits while
Gotcha.
while we sign off. You
Will
just
do.
keep doing your thing over there.
That's a good fit. He not Bobby Brown.
I'm not looking.
He's
at
not
that.
Bobby Brown.
I'm not looking at you. I'm not going to look at you anymore. I don't want to look at that phone. I don't want to look at you. I don't look at the fits.
Do we notice that we took all basketball players and maybe one football player?
That's because.
Did we take
we
any
don't-
football players?
I took Cam at football, but
Oh, that's right.
You also took OBJ.
oh yeah, I got OBJ. Yeah,
two
right below
bad
him. So
fits?
Two terrible fits.
Right.
Yeah, terrible fits.
I got so only basketball players can dress well.
I mean, it's
We
just
had
true.
no baseball players, no hockey.
Where do they go?
They never really show baseball players like showing up that often before games. That's like a big thing.
Nope.
Not a thing.
Nikita Kucherov scored the first hockey goal of the season. By the way.
Wow, that is just random. Nobody cares. It's a Tampa Bay Lightning thing. That's probably why that just happened. So, all right. So, Allah's already got his headphones off, so he's ready to go. Apparently, that was because of hockey talk.
Did you say Nikolai Volkov?
No.
Close.
He's the Nikita Kucherov. Who's that?
He said close.
Who's that?
It was close.
Who's that?
He plays for the Lightning.
I don't know him, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Why did you bother asking?
Because he sounded like he said Nikolai Volkov.
Well, he did not say
That's
that.
wrestling.
Okay. Well, I knew you'd figure something out.
It's my
with wrestling.
favorite.
Anyway,
wrestler.
all right, so we're done here. We're going to get out of here right now. It's been a hell of an evening. It's been fun. Show number 5 is in the books. Want to thank Christian. Want to thank Zach. Want to thank Cal. Cal.
Cal awake?
Nope.
I woke
There
yet.
you go.
Cal is not awake. Oh, wait, there he is.
Glad we
There
paid
he
him good
is.
money.
Hey, Cal, let's get a thumbs up. There we go. Got a thumbs up from Cal and Coco, of course, as well on the other side. For Crispy up in Greenville, South Carolina. For Allah here with his trashy Knicks gear on.
Oh.
I am Jonas Mount. Zach, did you want to add something?
With his trashy haircut.
Yeah, well, the lack of a haircut. I do apologize. I'm getting my haircut on Saturday. You'll see it next week. I am Jonas Mount. We are Balls Out Sport. Please check us out on all of our socials. Zach, would you please give us the info?
We are BallzOutsports on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon as well for podcast listeners.
Beautiful.
We are Balls Out Sports. Yeah, he can't say that. Tell him to fix that.
Balls out, baby.
You're the only one that doesn't like him saying that.
Did
stuff.
you not hear the way he said it just now?
Yeah, I heard it.
He
It
said
didn't
Zach-
sound. It
Zach-
didn't
Zach-
sound.
It's a hate crime. That's a hate crime.
It didn't sound to me like it sounded to you because you're a child.
That's debatable.
No, it's not. There is no debating here whatsoever. All right, for all the fellas, we do appreciate you. Check us out on all, all the things that Zach just said because I can't remember any of them. It's late, so I got to get out of here. It's time to go. Like, comment, subscribe. Is that what it was? Yeah, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Check us out. Check out the reels. Check out the stories. Check out the clips. We're just posting everywhere, folks. You're not gonna hear the end of us anytime soon. So, Crispy, we appreciate you.
Stay hydrated.
All right, we'll talk to you all soon.
Suck it, jabronis.